Hello from the Yarn Closet in Tucson, Arizona. My name is Laura. I am recording this about 10 days early on Tuesday the 23rd, which is my daughter's 4th birthday. That is the day I'm having my surgery, so I'm not sure if there will be a post that week. So I'm gonna just record early, talk about a few things, and upload this one. I'm hoping maybe next week that my mom will sit down and we'll podcast together, probably at her house, but we'll see. She seems to be taking to the knitting thing, and I think she might just have the bug. I am Yarn Closet AZ for Arizona on Instagram and Ravelry. There's a group on Ravelry. I'm not real active in it. It's posting finished objects and there's some chatter. As the membership grows, I will do more prizes in that arena. There's also TheYarnCloset.com. I would like people to check that out. I'm going to have a link to Growly Bear soaps. They are one of my sponsors. I have Growly Bear soap products in all of my prizes. They're an Arizona company, natural lip balms, body balms, foot creams, soaps, obviously. Occasionally I send out a random gift package to someone that I have connected with online, and that may not always have some of my trinkets. It may just be geared to that individual person. But any prize off the YouTube subscribers will have a Growly Bear, will have a sock tube or a hat tube, unless they're a crocheter and they really don't want that. Braille stitch markers, and at least one. A couple of cards that I have that say The Yarn Closet and my little logo to look with your heart first, not your eyes, because I'm legally blind and that's just what we have to do in our daily life. Sometimes project bags, if I can get some inexpensively through like a D-stash or whatever. I do also have a separate shipping sponsor and a Patreon. And I now have 4 Patreons, and I am just over the moon. I cannot believe it. I will start doing some specialized drawings for the Patreon crowd because I just can't believe it. There is also a function on Patreon. If you go in there when you're doing the support thing, everybody has tiers, but there's also an option to do just a one-time donation. If you want to do that, that would be appreciated. The more Patreon support we have, the more prizes will go out every month, and the more will go out in the prizes. Like, I'll be able to get more project bags, so there'll always be a project bag, maybe 2 tubes, a hat and a sock. My husband does some woodworking. He occasionally does custom wood handles on crochet hooks. He does small cups, which are very sturdy, and we do whatever you want with it, put a candle in it, whatever. I love them for all my needles and hooks because they're always a good size for that, and they're always heavy. And we always need to grab something. So there'll be occasional things like that. In the last week, I've gone from like 60 subscribers on YouTube to 130. I am blown away. If you are new, hello. I chatter a lot, and then there is some yarn. And when my mom comes on, it will be kind of a grocery girls thing. What else? I have kids. I talk about that. I'm legally blind. I talk a lot about that because everybody's getting older. Everybody's going to deal with eyesight that diminishes. And what do you do about that? And my theory is don't ignore it, because being kind to your eyes really is the right thing to do to give you that longevity at whatever stage you're at. Plus, if you're squinting all the time, if you're struggling all the time, you're going to have headaches. You're going to have eye strain. You're going to make mistakes if it's at work. It's just not a good idea. So face facts and realize you've grown up and take all the benefits that come along with that. So if you're new, hello. If you're returning, hi friend, thank you for being here. I started this to be a part of the knitting community, and because I'm at home a lot. When you don't drive, you're at home a lot. Most communities are not walking communities. I'm lucky enough to be able to get to my church, my kids' school, where my daughter goes, my son homeschools, and CVS, maybe Walgreens, which is still better than what a lot of people can get to. And I can get to my mom's because they live close enough. So that is really, really nice. I can get out a little bit. I remember being in this situation when we lived in the country in Wisconsin, and I loved the long walks, but it wasn't the same as, just being around people. You get a little loopy when you're not engaged with people, even just engaged with the checkout person at CVS, saying hello and greeting them, and that's worth a lot. So if you have elderly people in your life who are in a similar situation, reach out. I know it can be annoying at times, but reach out. And if you do have people in your life, this question's been asked a number of times, and they have hearing loss or vision loss, or maybe they walk with a cane and you're not exactly sure why, it's okay to ask. Now, they might get crabby in their response, but just cut them some slack, because they're dealing with something that obviously you're not. In the same way that if you talked to somebody in a wheelchair and they were crabby to you, you would cut them some slack, because nobody wants to live that way. Nobody wants the hardships in life, but we all get them eventually. So let's be nice to each other in regards to those things. And all the other little stupid things in the world today, because there's a ton of them. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for commenting. There's at least one prize that goes out every month. And the more subscribers on Patreon, the more one-time donations, the more frequent that will be. This will never be a really coolly edited, funky podcast. It just won't. Not my skill set, not where I want to put my energy into learning. So let's get to the knitting. The yarn. Okay, 2019 is my sweater 2019. Last year was the year of the sock. 2018 was my year of the sock. I have a circular sock machine. I love to crank tubes and put in afterthought heels, toes, and cuffs. It's a really fast way to do socks. I'm not really into the pattern lacy socks. I'm sorry, Sadie. Here, let me move this and you can lay down. Come on. That's my retired guide dog poodle, Sadie. Say hi, Sadie. Tell him I threw up a bunch today. It's springtime in Arizona. 2 out of 3 dogs have already thrown up today. And she's really skinny, and you've got to really watch out. But it's a phenomenon in Arizona. Hey, I'm podcasting.
Hey,
Want to give a shout out?
Sure. Hey, TheYarnCloset fans.
And guess who's getting glasses?
Hey.
Not because he has my stuff. Not at all. He doesn't have any indication of any of the eye diseases in my family.
Reading or computer glasses because you know, TheYarnCloset, I'm homeschooled, so I go on my computer a lot, and computer has blue light, just like this iPad. So, if I'm on it for a long time, my eyes start to not work as well. So sometimes I wear glasses.
Yeah, and your phone too?
And since I play this game called Pokemon Go, I have to also wear sunglasses while I play it sometimes.
I'll be in a minute. Let me wrap this up. Okay? Can you do that? Okay, you just stay there. So anyway, sweater 2019. I really thought that getting the circular sock machine and doing them that way, because it would be fast and easy and small. I am shocked at how I just don't finish off those tubes as quickly as I thought I was going to. And it's funny because in crochet, most of my projects in crochet were really big, but I got to the point where I could do them very, very quickly, and I liked that sense of accomplishment. So I thought doing socks would give me the same sense of accomplishment. They just never have. Like making a small purse in crochet never gave me the same sense of accomplishment as the big Afghan. So what I have found in 2019, the year of the sweater, is that I'm a sweater knitter. Watch out, Amy Florence. Watch out, Amy Florence.
The TheYarnCloset is coming.
13 sweaters in a year? Oh my gosh. I can do it. Maybe not this year, but I can do it. So this is the first sweater that I did. Like a Hug. Hannah something.
Hannah.
I took the sleeves off because I didn't like the way they worked. I did a lot of adjustments because I didn't quite like how the pattern was written. I didn't want to do flat panels and seam them. It's nice. I wear it. It's definitely that extra bit of warmth in the morning when it's chilly and I'm on the scooter to drive my daughter to school.
Can I put it on?
Yeah, you can put it on.
Sweet. I needed some warmth. Hey, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's okay. Open your arms up a little. Good job. Yes, it's lovely.
Fits.
And it's warm, isn't it? There's another one I'm making that might actually end up being yours. It's that Lion Brand chunky yarn. You know, you throw it in the washer and the dryer. And I don't love this business, how there's little points. But that's because I didn't know what I was doing well enough when it came to modifying it. So it was supposed to be 2 panels seamed. And I just did it bottom up in the round, held some stitches, finished the one side, thought about coming over, but like didn't know how to do that yet. So then I just finished this side, and then these were not shaped enough, so they ended up being kind of square.
May I say something?
Yeah.
TheYarnCloset. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know this, so if you use thin yarn to knit, you can't really see it that well, but when you use the stick yarn, it's very woolly, makes you warm. You can see it, and you can also do very good patterns with it.
Thank you.
The other thin yarn, though, you can do like t-shirt patterns.
Mm-hmm.
This is for sweater patterns.
Yeah. So then I went to Very Pink Knits and watched a tutorial with another Lion Brand, this time pattern. And this is Wool of the Andes. It is not the Superwash Wool of the Andes yarn. But I am like almost there, people. Almost there. I just managed to pick up my stitches for this button band. The color of the yarn made it very challenging. And it seems like doing that 3 skip one, it seems like that might end up leaving it a little weird, like too much of a space between those one stitches. I don't know. Who knows? But I am so close to being done. This is fabulous. Yes, sir?
Hey, Yarn Closet fans. I actually told my mom, since we're already getting these so much subscribers, I said I was feeling confident that we could get 500, maybe 600 in July. Let's see if we can make that happen.
You are such a stinker. He's such a stinker. So, yeah, I haven't blocked it. I'm not done with it. I have these in there because I have some little oopses I'm going to have to sew in. But, I mean, I like it. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like where it hit me. Because, you know, I'm like this. I'm one of those people. It's soft here, people. I'm almost 48. But I wear a lot of the long, baggier stuff. So I think it'll work. And I like short sleeve sweaters in Tucson because it's Tucson. To wear a lighter weight thing. And I didn't think I would like this toothier yarn. But, yeah. It's still soft. It'll be softer once I wash it.
Am I being good?
You're being very good, thank you.
Yay.
You don't have a quiz open, do you?
Nope.
Okay. So did I modify this at all? Really, I didn't. I made one distinct oops here because I miscounted. But I think in doing the ribbing, I might be able to kind of hide that. Not sure, but probably. I have a plan. And then...
It's a good one.
Hey. Oh, there it is. So, those are sweaters 1 and 2. I started the Tecumseh in a blue wool of the Andes and was going to do it just plain, but realized I didn't quite like how the short rows worked out. And now what I realize is I might just go with it and finish it. I'm going to look back at it, see where we're at. Because my thing was 4 sweaters this year. 1, 2, the Tecumseh. So, and everybody knows that's Caitlin Hunter. So this is worsted sock arms. Okay. This is the worsted weight sock arms. It's knit bottom up. And I have already modified it because I didn't like the 1x1 ribbing. I had a couple of issues in my ribbing, but I didn't like the 1x1, so I did 2x2. And good gravy, Batman. I mean, I'm already that far. I'm not in love with this yarn. It is, I'm pretty sure acrylic, right? It's the Red Heart Marley Bird. Oh no, it's merino. Chick sheep. I don't know why it doesn't feel like some of my other 100% merinos. Okay, it says it's superwash. Well, I don't know, superwash. Machine wash, gentle, dry, flat. Okay. So it's sock arms. I don't have any self-striping sock stuff that would complement, but I do have this opal that I got from a D-stash from Kay at Bakery Bears. And it's the 6-ply, so that's comparable. I think it's not actually comparable. It's a little bit less than what this is. This says it's a worsted, a 4, but to me it feels far more like a sport or a DK, and this to me feels more like a sport. So I think this would be fun for the sleeves. And yeah, I'm gonna crank the sleeves.
Hey, Yarn Closet.
Crank them!
One other thing, Yarn Closet. Remember what I said? 500 subscribers, maybe 600 in July. Let's make that happen. We have 129.
Yes, we do. Okay, go.
Okay, I can do that. Bye.
This isn't getting posted until the week that I have the surgery.
Okay.
Okay. So that's my sock arms. Will you let him out?
Yes.
Thank you. And Magnus, go outside. Call him. Just go to the door and call him. Magnus, outside. Go outside, Magnus. Go outside. Go. Open the dog treats. Shake the bag. Shake the bag. Anyway, yes, I'm planning to crank the arms. I have a 48 stitch cylinder, so I'm pretty sure that will work. If that doesn't work through the bulk of my arms, I'll do my 64 stitch cylinder, but I'll do a faux rib in a few places so that it takes the sleeve in a little bit. Because that seems fabulous. That just seems fabulous. Why wouldn't you do that? So I like the way those two are working out. One of the things I'll say about holding sleeve stitches, so I bought one of these things because that's what it's marketed as to hold the stitches, okay? And of course it came apart. It doesn't really stay. Even when I pulled it like this, at some point it came apart because, you know, I got kids and whatever. So I ended up using just a cord with the stoppers that came with one of my interchangeables, and that worked fabulous. I really, really liked that. But I am a sweater knitter. That is my jam. I have done a number of shawls. I've done 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've done like 6. No, I've done 7 or 8 shawls since I started. So not in love. Couple of small baby blankets. Oh, my mom quilted this before she stopped quilting. And I'll tell you, that's just, I'll do shawls and I'll do blankets in crochet, but I just don't think that's my knitting jam. But definitely the sweaters. I love it. It makes me so happy. I'm so much more motivated to sit down with this in the round stockinette and just mindlessly go at it than the stockinette with decreases on a toe or a heel for a sock. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. But I love it. So sweaters, here we go. I'm getting a little bit back into my crochet for the blankets. Because there are still plenty of people who need the blankets and like the blankets. And here in Tucson, we like the smaller stuff, the lap size. I mean, this is actually a really decent size. You'd be shocked at how cold it is because of the way people keep their air conditioning. Kind of drives me batty. So that's the deal. I'm totally into the sweater 2019. I hope that the green sock arms is gonna get me through recovery. I'm gonna do some sock mending today or tomorrow, and I'll probably show that next Tuesday with my mom and show progress on these. I hope to have the cardigan done and blocked. I didn't even check gauge. What an idiot. I didn't even check gauge on the sock arms. So it might not actually fit me. It may end up fitting my son. or just waiting for my daughter. He says he likes yarn stuff, but the majority of the yarn things I've given him, he doesn't use. He's very particular about the textures that he likes. I think he likes the idea of something being made for him more than the actual thing. So I don't know. On the other hand, I don't know exactly what kind of size I'm going to be after my surgery. So the sweater might fit just fine. There might be a significant, okay, there will be a significant difference. I'm just not sure how significant. I'm just not sure if anything's going to be left or not, because there wasn't much to begin with. And due to age and damage and all that other stuff, you just never know. I am trying to just put it aside and be positive about it. I'm looking forward to being through this whole thing. But this is the 5th anesthesia, the 5th surgery I will have had since I had my daughter. And I know that other than the first couple of nights where my mom will have the kids, that I'm not going to have as much help and downtime as I want to do the healing. But I'm also hoping, you know, this whole thing that I've read about where you have, your body has this huge reaction to foreign objects, certain ones more than others. Cobalt, for instance, people who've had like cobalt knees or hips, some of them have had significant problems. Some people react hugely to aluminum. Some people have had this silicone heavy-duty thing that's attached to pins when they've pinned bones, and some people have had reactions to that. And when I say reactions, when your body reacts to a foreign object, it's like an allergy. So I have, by the evening, and this has gone on for years, I just thought it was my fair skin. No doctor ever really said until recently, yeah, do this. My skin turns pink as if I have a sunburn all of a sudden and gets very itchy, predominantly on my torso. And so I'm hoping that the recovery for this will be better, because getting that thing out and having my body stop reacting to it could be really helpful. I get really swollen sometimes for no apparent reason, but that's also a reaction to if you're allergic to something. So I don't know. I'm really, really praying that this will be a lot easier than the rest of it's been. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity and that I do have the help that I have, and that I do have the life that I have. I don't know how the women who've got families and kids and have to go to full-time jobs, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm very grateful. I may have my stuff, but I have a lot of other good stuff to offset it. So look with your heart first, not your eyes. And I will see you next week with my mom, and then you'll see this probably the following week when I'm having surgery. And I do think I'll have one out around the 30th or the 1st of May. Maybe I'll shoot for a May Day and pull the May subscribers. By the way, I had to find a new app because all the new activity, I had this freebie random generator thing, but it only went up to so many names, and I had to get a bigger one. So that is a blessing, and I do appreciate it, and I hope that You can reach out to me, TheYarnCloset@yahoo.com, if you have questions. Please comment. Yes, subscribe, like my son said. And let me know what you're interested in, because I do love all the suggestions and the joy and the friendships in this knitting community. And now that my mom's in the deal, one of these days we're going to go to a knitting retreat because we can go together. Then who's going to watch the kids? The men can't watch the kids. We'll figure that out. Bye.